The war in Ukraine has dragged on for more than 2 years now, and it's raised some serious questions. One of the most pressing: why can't Ukraine stop Russian missile attacks, even with full support from NATO and the West? Take the Iskander missile, for example. It keeps striking cities, military depots, and radar installations with alarming precision. NATO, after all, is known for its advanced air defense systems, Patriot, THAAD, even sea-based Aegis. Yet somehow, these missiles keep slipping through, hitting their targets with devastating results. So here's the question: is NATO really unable to counter this threat? Or is there a political reason behind the minimal response to these strikes? In this video, we're breaking down the reality behind NATO's inability to stop Russia's ballistic missile assault. Is this a tech problem, a strategic decision, or a calculated move to let Ukraine fight on its own? In recent months, Russia's Iskander missiles have proven to be game changers on the battlefield. These ballistic weapons have struck key targets in Ukraine: military bases, ammunition depots, and even sophisticated air defense systems. What's most alarming: several Iskander missiles have destroyed advanced Western systems like the Patriot, which were specifically designed to intercept short-range ballistic threats. The fact that NATO-grade interceptors are being neutralized shows just how far ahead the Iskander is in speed, precision, and maneuverability. The missile travels at hypersonic speeds, flies low to avoid radar, and can release electronic decoys to confuse enemy defenses. Each strike hits hard, crippling strategic assets and demoralizing troops on the ground. Instead of protecting Ukraine, these high-tech defense systems have become targets themselves, easily located and destroyed. This reality exposes a critical flaw. Even the most advanced air defense platforms may not be ready for the next generation of missile threats. NATO-supplied systems like the Patriot PAC-3 have been deployed in Ukraine, but in many high-profile incidents, they've failed to stop incoming Iskander missiles. Patriot PAC-3 MSE was built to intercept short-range ballistic missiles, but the Iskander travels faster, and its mid-flight maneuvers make it nearly impossible to predict or intercept using traditional tracking systems. In most cases, Patriot radars can't detect or track the Iskander accurately enough before it hits. To make matters worse, the limited number of Patriot batteries in Ukraine means only select areas are protected, leaving large swaths of the country exposed. Technically, NATO does possess other tools to intercept ballistic missiles: Patriot, PAC-3, MSE, THAAD, the European SAMP/T system, sea-based Aegis with SM-6 interceptors. But here's the catch: none of them have shown consistent success in stopping Iskander in real-world combat. Most were designed for older generation missiles, not for systems with extreme speeds and evasive trajectories. Even within NATO territory, only a few member states have robust ballistic missile defenses, and most operate only a handful of units. There are a few key reasons NATO hasn't taken more aggressive action against Iskander attacks. First, technology. Systems capable of reliably intercepting hypersonic missiles are still in development. They're not battlefield-ready yet. Second, fear of escalation. If NATO were to directly engage with strategic Russian missiles, Moscow might view it as direct intervention, escalating the conflict to dangerous levels. Third, logistics and cost. Each PAC-3 interceptor costs millions of dollars, and Ukraine doesn't have enough to defend every region under threat. Neither do NATO stockpiles. Fourth, long-term strategy. NATO's goal may not be immediate interception, but instead wearing down Russia economically and logistically over time, avoiding direct clashes of strategic systems. The outcome? Ukraine is forced into a defensive posture. Air defense systems must remain mobile to avoid detection. But even then, key installations are regularly destroyed. Western aid keeps flowing, but Ukraine continues to lose valuable assets because no current system can fully defend against Iskander. This dynamic raises a troubling truth. Without significant breakthroughs in interception technology, no amount of imported systems can fully shield a country from hypersonic threats. The war in Ukraine proves one thing: hypersonic weapons like Iskander have changed modern warfare forever. Legacy air defense systems aren't enough, and the solutions we need are still under development. For now, even NATO doesn't have an answer. That leaves Ukraine to endure wave after wave of missile strikes, with limited ways to fight back. This raises global concerns. If NATO can't defend against weapons like Iskander, how can other countries prepare? What does this mean for future conflicts in Asia, the Middle East, or beyond? This content is created solely for educational and informational purposes. It is intended to provide insights based on verified data, credible sources, and careful analysis. Our goal is to foster a deeper understanding of modern military technology and current events, not to promote or endorse any form of conflict, propaganda, or political agenda. We strictly oppose the spread of misinformation and hoaxes. Every piece of information presented has been carefully sourced from reliable, publicly available references. We encourage viewers to approach the topic with critical thinking and respect for all sides involved, maintaining a focus on knowledge sharing and open discussion.